Hey guys, Strong Style Studios here back again. It's
me, Noah.
And it's me, the King of Swag, Alex, your Strong Style Studios champion. I think I deserve a nickname.
Go for it.
Okay. Yeah. First, we gotta send a shout out to the MSU Spartans for winning the Rose Bowl.
Yes. Finally, after 25 years of being on this earth, I finally get to see some rose petals fall. I'm so happy I can't even explain it. Sorry, I'm just...
Yeah, it was awesome.
Amazing.
All right.
Go State.
And
go green.
Go green. Go white.
Thank you.
Okay. That's the last time you'll ever talk about sports on this show.
Well, unless they do it again.
Which they will. Okay, today on Running the Ropes, we got a lot to talk about because we've been going for too fucking long. We got WWE stuff, including some returns, some heel turns, and some people not coming back into the WWE company. We got TNA for maybe the last time we ever talk about TNA. If I have it my way, it's going to be the last time we talk about them. AJ Styles news, and some smaller companies we want to talk about, give a shout out to. But let's start things off with the WWE, like we always do. And as you guys may have noticed, we have not done the TLC pay-per-view review, and quite frankly, we don't want to because it was a very boring show.
Yeah, I mean, after what? Is this the fourth consecutive pay-per-view that was...
Night of Champions, Battlegrounds, Hell in a Cell, Survivor Series.
So fifth.
5.
So at this point, I'm done doing reviews of WWE shows unless they're worth a shit. So hopefully
Rumble, we're going to do a Rumble.
You know it's going to be better.
Yeah.
But... Come on.
Yeah. We'll talk about the basics. Punk beat the Shield in a decent opener, and then some shit happened, and then I think Del Rio took... No, Del Rio wasn't even on the show. The four-way tag team match was fun, even though it made no sense for the Big Show and Rey Mysterio to be the last two up against the Rhodes family. That was goofy. Daniel Bryan had the good match with the Wyatt family, and then we had Cena and Orton have a lackluster TLC match where the belt was like 5 feet above the ring.
And they had the match where it was a TLC match, but it was the only match of the night that involved tables, ladders, or chairs. So
meanwhile, the show was called TLC, and just whatever.
So basically, don't waste your time.
Yeah, skip this one. All right, let's talk about something actually kind of interesting, I guess, which mainly is the rumors have finally come to fruition after 3 fucking years, I guess. Batista returning to the WWE.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, that's the word on the street, and WWE's acknowledged it now. After Ticketmaster fucked up or something like that, or some building messed up, and apparently Vince was so mad he would have killed someone. Apparently.
Sure.
So yeah, Batista returning to WWE finally, so everyone can shut the fuck up about him returning.
Looks like he will be returning as a face, so...
I don't know, Here's
mine. It's not that interesting.
Yeah, Batista was not that good, really, let's be honest here, folks. I mean, his best stuff was when he was a heel against John Cena because...
Right before he left.
Yeah, because when he was kind of promo, like, it was like, you know, I actually believe this guy's an asshole, you know?
Right, he was good, he became good on the mic, and he was believable. His look, you'd be like, man, this guy's such a prick. I mean, the motherfucker had a belly button ring. It's hard to... I had a nose ring. It's hard to like...
No, he has the tattoo as
the belly button tattoo and the nose ring. That's what it was. It's hard to like the guy.
Yeah.
But...
Wear sunglasses inside, too.
But he was a heel, and now he's going to come back, and you know he's going to be a face.
Yeah.
And it sounds like... I hate to spread rumors, but I guess that's what we do.
Well, the Rumble rumors?
Yes.
We'll get... I got that. We'll cover that in a second.
Sure.
But, I'm not really excited for Batista to come back. I'm sure it's going to be cool, but, like, I'm not the biggest Batista fan, so I'm prepared to be pleasantly surprised, but he wasn't that good to be before, so I can only imagine what he's been like after 3 years away from the ring.
My biggest concern is whose spot is he taking?
Bryan's.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so...
Speaking of guys returning, we finally got Brock Lesnar coming back, and he fucking destroyed Mark Henry.
And it's always impressive to see him throw around big ass dudes.
You know, let me tell you, like, Brock Lesnar is, like, right now on, like, that Undertaker level where I'm always happy to see him back on television.
It's weird, too.
It's so fun, yeah. Because, like, he just goes fucking crazy and destroys people, and it's always entertaining.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And him F5ing Mark Henry on the floor was the coolest thing ever, and then...
The best part, though... sorry to interrupt, but Henry sold it. He didn't stop he just took it.
Yeah.
That's how you bump.
That's what he do.
That's right. Now, if Mark Henry can take that bump on the floor, nobody else should be fucking putting their knees down. Sandow.
Yeah.
Take a damn bump. Sorry, I love you, Take a bump.
That was awesome. Oh man, but yeah, and Brock Lesnar do the fucking that was awesome. But yeah, so we're happy to see Brock Lesnar back, and I'm excited. And like, he might be facing the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, which
really,
yeah,
Orton?
Maybe it'll be.
I've heard all kinds of.
I don't know. We'll
rumors.
See. Maybe it'll be in the.
I've heard Taker. I've heard.
Maybe he'll be in the Elimination Chamber.
Honestly, you could put Lesnar pretty much anywhere.
Dude, Lesnar in a chamber match would be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
That'd be scary too.
I don't know if I'd want him to be the first guy or like the last guy.
I don't know.
Everything.
I don't know. We'll wait and see.
Apparently, we just mark out for Lesnar.
Oh yeah, dude, Lesnar's cool, man. Like,
he's one of those guys that like he brings that real feeling.
Yeah, exactly. He has a different feeling than any guy on the roster.
Plus, he's a world heavyweight champion in legitimate fighting. It's hard to take that away from a man.
And just can't cut a promo.
Hell no, he can't.
He can't.
My god.
But let's talk about the big topic that has the basically the entire IWC split down the middle, which was the Daniel Bryan storyline, which now involves him apparently joining the Wyatt family. Following a match on Raw where it was a gauntlet match, he got beat down by the Wyatts again. Bray Wyatt basically said that this is never going to end, or blah blah blah. You know, typical Bray Wyatt shit, which is awesome. Right. And then Daniel Bryan basically acknowledged, like, you're right, you know, no matter how many of these times these people cheer for me, the machine always keeps me down. I'm yours, and join them. And, you know, I was very, very upset about this, and I still kind of am, but if the only justification for this happening is if at the Rumble it comes down to, like, Daniel Bryan and the Wyatt family, and Daniel Bryan just snaps and eliminates all three of them, or something like that. If that happens, all is right.
Well, I mean, I would be happy if I saw that, given what's happened. But right now,
it's not going to happen.
To me, this is. It's not just bad because I'm a Bryan fan. I want to be clear. Like, it's not just because I'm a big. Bryan fan.
Okay, we are all Daniel Bryan fans. Let's acknowledge that. But we're going to talk about this strictly as a professional wrestling fan watching a product.
Right, and to me, the way that Bryan has been booked from SummerSlam to lose, and then kind of win, but no, we got taken away from him, and then lose, and then now he lost so badly that he turned into a Wyatt family member. To me, this is just the worst storytelling. From anyone who appreciates good storytelling, this is unacceptable. Yeah. This is terrible.
But not only that, let's look at another thing though. It's like, you are taking the guy who gets the biggest pops of the night.
Your biggest face.
Yes. Cena can't get the pops he does. Orton, his best day, never got the pops that Daniel Bryan does. Even CM Punk, to an extent, never really got the pops that Daniel Bryan does.
The thing is, Bryan gets such good pops that Big Show tried to steal those pops.
Yeah.
That's how good he is.
You are taking that crowd who loves Daniel Bryan, and you're trying to split them off, like maybe we shouldn't cheer for him now. And it's just so stupid. Like, you have a star, you have a Stone Cold of this generation, and you're not using him. Use him.
Here's the thing, like, and I'm just stuck on the whole storytelling part, because if Daniel Bryan's push from SummerSlam to now was a children's book, it would be called Just Stay Down. Because what the fuck is the lesson?
Yeah, exactly.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, how much better would it be if Daniel Bryan, like, if they did like a bit, like, where Daniel Bryan's like, you know, you're right, you know, I these people, blah, 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 you know, all this stuff, and then it's like, but I don't care, I'm still gonna fight, damn it, you know.
Right, that's the point.
That's who Daniel Bryan is. He's a guy who doesn't quit.
Right, you don't turn him into the quitter.
Yeah,
this is
and, you know, even, you know, whatever.
Really, I don't know what it is. The problem is, the product is good, the talent's there, the product is pretty good, but the writers have fallen so far up their own asses here. It's unbelievable.
Again, I am willing to accept that maybe they have an idea, but the thing is, we've been burned so many times that, wait and see thing, that at this point I'm like, I'm ready to fucking crucify those writers and say, fuck you, you guys can't book shit.
Exactly, and the thing is, like, the Rumble might be cool as its own show. It might be cool, but in this grand scheme of things, this storytelling is dog shit. Yeah. Bottom line, like, there ain't no way around it.
And I do like how it's like, you know, Cena never turns, gets beat down, never turns back. Daniel Bryan, okay, I'm done.
Alright, I give up.
Yeah, fuck
What
you.
the fuck is this?
Suck my dick, WWE.
And my New Year's resolution was to curse less. Fuck.
Fuck that shit.
Anyway.
I know some fans like, don't swear too much. Fuck that. Studies that prove that.
I've actually been taking that to heart, and I'm trying. I'm going to try this year.
Yeah.
Here it is. I'm going to try this year to tone back my cursing. I can't take this kind of terrible booking.
Okay. Moving on, let's talk about let's talk about like what's coming up. We got Rumble and Mania, and there's a lot of rumors going around. This card for Mania could end up being awesome.
Could be really
or
bad.
Could be really bad. Okay, let's talk about the big one, which is basically the rumors for the Rumble is Batista might win the Rumble, which makes me absolutely gobstopped that the WWE is going to bring back a guy and immediately give him the Rumble win and immediately send him to WrestleMania. What kind of messages that send to the rest of your guys in the locker room? And again, it just goes back to the whole thing, like, that they think they need star power. Like, you made John Cena, you made Randy Orton, you made Batista. You can redo it. You can make new stars. Like Daniel Bryan or Antonio Cesaro. You can make these guys.
The Shield. You made the Shield and the Wyatts in 1 year.
Yeah. Package up in the back.
6 guys you made in 1 year.
Exactly.
You're telling me you can't do that?
The Usos are doing really great now. Cody Rhodes,
To me, it blows my mind because there's no long-term thinking here.
No.
It's all short-term. Who can we get? Who can we pay real quick to get this money in? How long can you keep doing this?
Hopefully not soon. I'm going to laugh my ass off when John Cena finally says, yeah, I'm done, I got to retire. And they're going to be like 2 monkeys with their head cut off. Like, they have no idea what the fuck they're doing. It's embarrassing. That being said, if Batista and Orton is on the card and they have a solid card built around them, with those two guys not being the main event, but for the title, I'd be okay with it. But if this is supposed to be the main event of WrestleMania, you better be booking something better next month, because I'm not going to be paying attention.
And I agree with you that Orton and Batista, that will definitely be compelling for people.
Yeah, and especially because
there's history. There's lots
the
of
evolution
history.
storyline. You can bring that, especially with you got Triple H, bring in Ric Flair. You could build a really good storyline behind this.
But my biggest thing is going into WrestleMania. What storylines do they have?
Not really.
You're telling me that you've had a year to build to your biggest show, and you really haven't even started putting the card together till Rumble?
Yeah.
Like, I understand that they go gung-ho with this Road to WrestleMania stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like there should be at least one year-long or close to
like
year-long
SummerSlam
feud.
starts,
something. These are all going to be fresh feuds. Why should I care?
Yeah, exactly.
You're telling me that I'm supposed to believe that Batista came back from not wrestling and not giving a shit about wrestling so he could come back and fight Orton? Why?
No,
he's already fought.
He came back for this.
We know that.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
So kayfabe, that's the thing, is kayfabe.
They make me believe it. Okay, and also, you can take all you want about our ROH and Final Battle this year. At least they had some storylines that came to an end that show.
Right.
Look at Wrestle Kingdom that just happened tonight. They had some great storylines that came to a head at Wrestle Kingdom. WrestleMania is a feud-ending show. You don't start feuds there, you end them.
That's the problem, is that they tend to start feuds at Rumble and end them at Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
This is not a transition show. This is your biggest show of the year.
Which is why Extreme Rules is usually the better show.
Oh, yeah.
Because
it's full of feud-ending matches.
It's like you need to stop getting out of this mindset that WrestleMania is just another show, and you just got to get all these guys so that people buy it. It's supposed to mean something.
If it matters, people will tune in.
Yeah. Now let's talk about some other matches they got to remember. Which the big one is, who's the Taker going to be facing? I'm hearing maybe Lesnar, but then there's that their question of like maybe I don't know if
he's too physical.
That's exactly.
Now Taker has specifically asked to work with Daniel Bryan,
which again proves the point that Undertaker is the greatest legend in WWE history, because he knows one thing and one thing only: who the top guys are and who deserves the spot. He puts the business ahead of himself every single time.
Now, I will say this: I wasn't a few minutes ago. I trashed this whole Wyatt storyline. I still don't like how it was done, but if the reason that they did it was to turn Bryan heel so he could face Taker at WrestleMania, I'm okay with that, because Bryan could not face Taker as a face. I don't believe it could possibly happen.
I think it'd be a good split.
The thing is, though, if Bryan beat
he cannot beat him. He cannot beat him. No.
So I don't think that you'd have enough people cheering for him as a face. That's the only reason.
Do a thing like where Taker comes back and tries to drag Bryan away from the Wyatts, and then at WrestleMania,
that's what I'm thinking.
Kind of like he beats respect into Bryan, and like he acknowledges Bryan as a equal to him, and like that's what Bryan needs to snap out of the Wyatts' control.
That's kind of what I feel like is going to happen, which would be okay, but that does not forgive the poor execution to start.
It'd be a good finish to a poor story.
I agree.
Also, there's talks about Bray Wyatt versus Cena, which I'm really kind of shaking my head at. It's like, these guys have not really had any connection at all, but it'd be nice for Bray Wyatt to get a big rub, and we are big Bray Wyatt fans, but might be a little too soon for the guy.
Yeah, I don't know. This would have worked had they. Again, I feel like I'm harping a lot on this, but this would have worked if they had a feud.
Yeah,
this is nothing. To me, the only thing that they can turn into a feud out of this whole thing would be if good guy John was there to save his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Also, I personally rather see the Wyatt versus the Shield, which then have that happen, which would be awesome, and then have Roman Reigns turn the Shield, and then you make him a babyface going into 2014.
Right. Ooh. And it'd be hard to. How would you book that match? Who would win?
The Wyatt family would win, and then the Shield starts tension between those two guys. Roman Reigns just finally feds up, spears both Dean Ambrose and Rollins. Rollins and then Reigns goes out to be a babyface and maybe win the IC title in the year. Rollins and Ambrose team up for a little while, then finally Rollins gets tired of Ambrose's crap, turns on him, and then they start a feud. Because those guys had a great feud in FCW, let those guys go out there to show what they can do, let the crowd fall in love with these two guys, boom, 3 stars made. You're welcome, WWE.
There it is. That's all you gotta do.
That's why I'm the king of swag.
I was wondering. Alright, so there you go.
Alright. Yeah, so we'll wait and see what happens with WrestleMania. Obviously, the Rumble's going to clear up a lot of what's going to happen at Mania.
Yeah.
But this is probably one of the years where I'm most nervous about. Oh, well, Punk and Triple H are going to happen, which we're
That's
okay
pretty
with.
much dead set.
Yeah,
really.
which I'm okay with. But this is a Rumble Mania where I'm
okay with it as long as Punk wins. If Punk loses again,
fuck this shit.
I mean, I shit all over it the first time. I couldn't believe that they would book that. So if they do it again, I mean.
Yeah. But this is a Rumble Mania where I'm very nervous about the card because I'm like, this is just there's so many variables. Like there's so many chances of being good matches or really bad matches. Just I'm nervous. I'm really nervous.
It's hard to say what's going to happen.
Okay. Well, speaking of boneheaded WWE decisions, we're kind of harping on WWE tonight, but whatever.
We've been fucking up for the past 5 months.
We praised the hell out of them earlier this year. They decided in their infinite wisdom not to sign the American Wolves, Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards. Mainly because Triple H doesn't see them as big enough guys and doesn't see them as guys who could main event WrestleMania.
Now, I've heard also, according to Meltzer, that they had a match at NXT
with a blown spot.
They blew a spot and Triple H told the ref to tell them to go home. They didn't go home.
That's just Davey and Eddie, though.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It reminds me of when Bryan got hurt.
Exactly.
And they ended the match. You're telling a guy who has spent 10, 15 years of his life never quitting, ever.
Yeah.
You can't quit in front of those audiences.
Yeah.
And now you want them to. It's one thing, if you want the match to end the match. You can do it, tell the ref to end the match. But these guys are out there and they're going to wrestle.
And also, you should understand from their point of view, they're on there with a tryout match. They're trying to prove that they deserve to be out there.
Right.
Of course they're not going to want to end the match early. They want to go out there and show the fans what they can do.
Right.
And
this was, to me, it sounds like another ego thing with Triple H.
I think so.
Oh, they didn't listen to me, so they're gone.
Yeah. I don't know. But I'm kind of happy because I didn't think those guys would have. I don't think those guys were going to go out there to get their money, but I did not see either one of them really making it the WWE big.
No.
It'd be kind of like Cesaro or Hero, where they're just wasted for so long.
I believe that. Now, rumor is, and I wouldn't, especially with Davey, the way that he's burned some bridges, that Davey might end up in TNA, and that's totally speculation. But what would you think if that happened?
I would probably watch TNA just to watch Davey Richards, but I don't think Davey's the kind of guy that wants to go to TNA. He ain't gonna fucking deal with them.
The only thing is where else has he got?
He's gonna go to Dragon Gate USA and work for Gabe again.
Gabe don't pay.
He's gonna work for Gabe. He's gonna work with AEW right now. He's gonna be traveling. The
thing is, he can't work for New Japan.
No, he can't. He's burned that bridge. Maybe
Noah. Maybe. But I mean, if he ended up in TNA, I guess I don't know because I don't watch TNA, so I don't know.
And Eddie Edwards probably gonna go back to ROH, which we're happy about. And
I really hope he does. Yeah. And then you could further that 10-year storyline.
And please do him versus AJ Styles
and Hero
and Jay Lethal again because those guys are awesome together.
Yeah.
All right. And speaking of TNA, let's talk about TNA, which just the mountain of issues that are piling up for TNA. Obviously, one is right now on the last episode of TNA, they had the whole thing where Magnus was crowned the champion. And they're doing this coronation ceremony, and AJ Styles shows up. Coincidentally, they're hyping up the match for next week, where it's gonna be for the title, and AJ's already in ROH this weekend.
Yeah.
Like, man, this is why you don't tape 2 months in advance. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen. And this is also why you don't do a Summer Punk angle, which is what this basically is, with him going up to other places, and not get the guy to sign back to the company. That's kind of the point, is you bring the guy back after he draws some attention to his name. It's like, people are like, oh, well, maybe it's a work. Maybe TNA's just, making you think that AJ's gone. Like, it ain't working because I don't want him to go back now. I want him to stay on the indies and wrestle here.
The thing is, if he was coming back, why would he have dropped the belt? He ain't coming back.
He ain't coming back. He's done.
He's done.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And I've heard a lot of defense for this. Oh, that's, it is what it is. He left.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I feel that way too. I understand he left. But you're talking about a year-long storyline. They built.
Yeah.
Aces and Eights was built heavily around AJ.
Yep.
And now he's gone. So you wasted pretty much a year's worth of storylines.
Yep. You wasted our time.
You wasted your biggest
pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah. And basically Mr. TNA is gone.
Yeah. The guy who was there from the very first show isn't there anymore because you wouldn't pay him more. What kind of message is this in the guys in the back?
Right. Why should Bobby Roode stick around? Why should James Storm stick around? Why should these guys
Why
stick
should
around?
Austin Aries and Chris Sabin stick around?
Daniels.
Yeah, no shit.
Why should
Joe go back to ROH? But another thing that apparently AJ said was kind of like an idea, kind of like a realization, we're not gonna go back. Is Jeff Jarrett left the company? Jeff Jarrett, the founder of TNA, has quit TNA.
Yeah, he's over it.
He's abandoning ship, folks. He's getting out while the getting's good. And that's a red flag right there, folks.
I mean, the Reds are abandoning
Well,
the ship.
speaking of abandoning ship, Universal Studios has just said that that TNA is not welcome back. TNA just lost the Impact Zone. They are fucked.
This isn't even the original Impact
No.
Zone. This is the second, because the original one got bought out by WWE, so this one's...
They're fucked. They don't have a place to tape shows anymore.
Right, because they got to do Universal, they almost free.
Yeah.
They had a fresh crowd every week, so now they're going to have to basically paper the tickets for people to come to their shows. They can't go on the road because they can't afford it. Where are they going to pay? Where are they going to show?
They're fucked. It's done. TNA is dead. It's going to happen.
Now I'm going to say right now, because I know that we probably have a few TNA fans watching that are just fuming at the asshole right now.
The hate comments are coming.
The thing is, I don't know if they're done. I know that you say that they're done. They're done.
Oh, okay.
But I think that it doesn't look good. But
No.
To me, there's two possibilities here. You got rid of Hogan. You got rid of Bischoff.
Get rid of Dixie.
You got rid of Bruce Pritchard. Right now, the slate is clean. So if you're going to do something, you need to get in a new booker now. I'm talking you need a Heyman style guy. You need a Sapolsky. You need a big blow people out of the water idea.
You need a guy who knows wrestling. Dixie doesn't know wrestling.
No, and the thing is, and we've been calling for the heads of Bischoff and Hogan since they got there.
And they abandoned ship.
But the problem is, they left. But there's nobody in that company that understands wrestling.
No.
And I didn't know that. I thought that people were being held down by Hogan and Bischoff. But that's not the case. There's nobody that understands. So they need to get someone in there now.
And again, okay.
The tipping point is now.
Oh yeah, it's
because I'm telling you that I read an article about who TNA is high on right now. They are high on Ethan Carter III and Rockstar Spud. Now, if you think those two guys are going to garnish you ratings, you have lost your mind.
Yeah. Listen, and again, I say TNA's done, but I'm not sure. Maybe they'll pull a miracle, but I don't want them to go out of business.
That's the thing.
I don't want, because there needs to be a company like TNA. There needs to be another company on television like TNA is on Spike TV or whatever. There needs to be that other form of wrestling. So I want TNA to succeed, but if they're not going to, if they're not going to go to the best of their abilities and do the best possible show they can, and do something smart and and just makes sense,
and different,
and different, then I don't want them to be in that spot. Then I want them to die and let someone else rise up and take the spot.
Right. That's how I feel. It's not that I want people to lose their jobs. It's not that I want to see TNA go out of business. It's that if you ain't going to do shit with what you got, I want somebody else to get a chance to do it.
You don't think that ROH would love to have 2 hours on Spike TV on Thursday nights?
Yeah,
They would do fucking backflips for that shit.
Right, and that's what's frustrating is that they have such a perfect time slot. They have such great production values, but they just want to be WWE Junior. They want to be WWE Light.
Yep, and it ain't working.
And it never has, and it ain't gonna.
And I want to say this right now. I think right now we can basically confirm that we're not going to really talk about TNA anymore. We're basically done. Unless something major happens, we'll talk about it kind of. But we're not going to review shows. We're not going to really watch.
Here's the thing. I don't watch it on a regular basis.
I don't either.
They have 4 pay-per-views a year. We might watch the pay-per-views.
We'll probably watch them because we go over to my buddy's house.
Right, and he enjoys it.
And we love watching them because we laugh at the stupid shit.
But the thing is, like I said, we don't watch it on a regular basis. We don't watch the TV show. I don't tune into the one-night only pay-per-views.
Which apparently are terrible.
So next, in the coming year, I think that the most that we'll talk about TNA will be newsworthy things, if they're bringing someone in, if someone gets released, or things like that. But directly, we will not be watching the product.
No, we won't be. We'll be basically watching for news. And meanwhile, we're gonna be talking. We're gonna be I plan on watching more interesting companies like AAW or AIW or Beyond Wrestling, or giving these guys a chance to.
Right. I think I'm going to start tuning into AAW, and 2014. I'm going to buckle down on my New Japan and follow every one of those.
You're way behind on that shit.
I sporadically, I try to get as much as I can. It's hard.
Okay. All right. Well, let's switch gears and talk about the guy who left TNA for brighter prospects, which is AJ Styles going to ROH right now, and is actually being booked for the TV taping, which is taking place today on Saturday, January 4th
in
Nashville, Tennessee. TNA's old stopping.
Oh, their headquarters.
Man, ROH. That's a picture.
Slap in the face. I love it.
Just icing on the cake. Just smearing that icing on and saying "fuck you" to TNA. Whoo! I just I cannot help but appreciate the comedic irony of that.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It couldn't be any better.
No, it really couldn't.
So AJ and ROH, I love that, and he's already been booked for the 12th anniversary show, which I would love to see him versus London again. That'd be a great match. That'd be awesome.
Epic encounter.
But AJ versus Cole versus Elgin
versus Hero versus
ACH, Eddie Edwards, Jay Lethal, him versus Lethal. 2 TNA guys that were basically fucked over by the company. Give them a shot to go out there and show what they can do when TNA dropped the ball with.
Exactly. Honestly, I think that ROH 2013 was a little bit disappointing.
It was a rough year.
But when we're talking Final Battle, you got Chris Hero come in. And then now you got AJ Styles. And over the past year, they were bringing in people. I don't expect that to slow down.
No.
I think you're going to see more London. You're going to see more feuds because of this 10-year thing.
Yeah, the decade.
I think that ROH really, I think that there's not a whole lot of buzz, but I can feel it. I can feel that buzz, man. And I haven't felt ROH buzz in a while.
Yeah, I agree.
It feels good.
I will say, I think that this may be the best roster ROH has had in a while. With these guys they got now, Hero, AJ, Elgin, Cole. Even Matt Hardy has some drawing power to his name.
Right. Think about the top. Not even the top half, the top 3/4 of the card.
Yeah,
it has no business not being stacked this year.
Yeah, this is gonna be good. I think we're looking at a really good year for ROH.
Yeah,
and it's very promising.
To it.
Okay, and speaking of promising futures this year, we got to talk about this company which we are big fans of, AAW. out from Chicago, which we plan on going to a show in March. So if you guys are there, we will be there. And right now, man, they're gearing up for their first show this year, and they've already announced a big name coming to the show, which is Uhaa Nation, who I'm a big fan of from Dragon Gate, Dragon USA.
That really is a big name.
He is, man. He's a fucking... Dude, you want to talk about a guy who had a great 2013, man. I think it was 2012. He got injured at WrestleMania, like blew out his knee.
Yeah.
And he came back, like doctors were saying like he wasn't going to wrestle again. And he came back and he had 5 tours in Japan, won the tag team titles over in Dragon Gate. And this guy's fucking awesome, man.
The crazy thing about this guy is that he's a power guy with high flyer moves.
He can do a standing moonsault. I can't do a standing moonsault.
You could. I'm talking about. Well, no shit.
Well,
you could do a standing splash. But Uhaa here, what blows my mind is that he blows out his knee, which is the worst possible thing for high flyers and power guys.
And he says, "Fuck that! I'm so
fucking I'll do it."
Yeah. But yeah, he is going to be competing at AAW against Michael Elgin and Ethan Page, who are right now the tag team champions over there. And he's going to be teaming up with another guy we love, which is Ricochet. Which, man, I mean, I think my friend Kevin said it best, where AAW right now is kind of like the PWG of the Midwest, like where they're just bringing in everyone. They got Elgin, Davey Richards, Kyle O'Reilly, Ethan Page, Josh Walker, I'm big fans of. Kevin Steen, Shane Hollister, Ricochet, Uhaa Nation, Colt Cabana. They got a lot of talent.
I am so excited to go see these shows too.
Wait till we into it. Like, listen, folks, support this company. This is a company worth supporting. Okay, they are from like top to bottom. They have very fun shows. You know, and not every match is a blow, but it's fun. I enjoy watching these shows. These are like PWG shows where it's just you sit there and like just like I really enjoy that from start to finish. Support this company, please. I can't say that enough.
To me, they fill the role that Chikara did. Exactly. Not that they're funny or gimmicky, but they're fun, they're easy to sit through, and you're going to have fun matches top to bottom, and there's going to be characters you don't see in other promotions that you're going to learn to enjoy their wrestling.
Like Shane Hollister. I want that guy in more companies.
It blows my mind that he's not
amazing,
in ROH or DG USA or PWG.
No shit, man. That guy needs to be. Uhaa Nation's not in PWG yet. That blows my mind.
Crazy.
He's going to be there soon. Alright, well, speaking of PWG, we got the first PWG show of 2014 coming up pretty soon, which is DDT4, the tag team tournament. And they got a pretty stacked roster this year for the show. It includes the Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent, taking on the Rock Test Monsters in the first round. Candice and Joey.
That should be funny.
That's going to be funny. That's going to be very comedy there.
Yeah.
Candice and Joey taking on Adam Cole and Kevin Steen, which that's going to be
awesome.
That's going to be awesome. Pretty Peter Avalon and Ray Rosa taking on the Unbreakable fucking Machines.
That should be death.
Yeah, rest in peace. ACH and AR Fox taking on the Inner City Machine Guns, Rich Swann and Ricochet. Holy high spots.
Oh my god, dude.
There's me death. Only disappointing for this show? No Young Bucks.
That is disappointing. They must be in Japan.
Must be in Japan, man, because they're still the IWGP Junior Tag Team Champions because they are the best tag team in the world. Yeah. And we also have Tommaso Ciampa taking on Roger Strong, which is going to be awesome.
Oh, man. ROH should have done that already.
Are you ready for this four-way match?
I'm not.
For the number one contender shot for the PWG World Title, Johnny Gargano, Chris Hero, Kyle O'Reilly, Drake Younger.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
That is fucking... And that's just...
That's too much talent.
That's not the main event. That's like a fucking undercard match.
That's crazy.
Man.
I cannot wait.
PWG just blows the dicks off every other promotion in the world, man.
No, it's not fair.
It's not. They're too fucking good, man.
They are.
And it's also a shame that they're so fucking far away from us because we need to...
Just really
It's disappointing. We love PWG, and we're still waiting for All-Star Weekend 10, which is going to be coming up pretty soon, which we'll be reviewing, and I cannot wait for that fucking show. But man, yeah, a lot of stuff happening already in 2014. It looks like it's going to be another good year for wrestling, I think.
I think that hopefully things pick up in the major companies, but I think that the indies look really good.
Yeah.
And
I think you said a few months back that we're looking at another indie hot streak, and like even Evolve is like really stepping up their game right now for the triple shot they got coming up pretty soon. And just God, companies are stepping up their game, and it's like, finally, you know, we're going to get another indie hot streak, maybe.
I hope so. I'm really hoping so.
And with WWE maybe not hiring so many indie guys, maybe we can actually see these guys stick around and grow some.
Right, exactly.
So, we'll see. But, hey, thank you very much for tuning in to the very first Running the Ropes of 2014. And there's going to be a lot more to come this year.
Yep. And stick around, guys, because we're going to have our year-end awards coming up the next time you see us.
Yes. This Saturday, we're going to be filming them. We are a little behind. That's because the third man of the trio isn't here. He's sick. So we didn't want to do it without him because we're not assholes, although we want to.
Well, you know, sometimes.
All right.
But
take care, guys. See ya.